Hi guys. There's been quite a lot of videos put out and about the tech surveys that have been going on, and I find them really interesting. But the other day I was just messing about with um, questions that I would like to hear in a tech survey. So I ended up with this big list of questions, and then I thought to myself, well, I might as well, do my own tech survey and post them out there. A couple of people who I would like to hear do it. There's quite a lot of questions on it. I think there's about 40 questions on it or something like that. So I've got to try and make this quite quick, which I will do. And unfortunately, I'm reading off a screen here, so sorry if I'm not looking directly into the camera at you. Okay, right. First one is, what is the main operating system you use today? Well, for the main operating system I use is Mac OS 10 Leopard. How many desktops do you own? That's number 2. I own 5 desktops. I have this one that I'm using, my Intel Mac, iMac, which is 20 inch. I've got a Mac Mini, iMac G4, which is in the kitchen, and it's a 17 inch, and a 17 inch iMac G5, which is upstairs in my son's room, and a 15 inch iMac G3. Number 3, how many laptops do you own? 7 laptops in all, but one of those is a Windows machine. I've got my MacBook Pro, my little iBook G3, daughter's iBook G4, my little black PowerBook G3, and I've got a really old PowerBook as well. And then, like I say, I've got my Windows one. Number 4, which is the highest spec system you currently use? This one here probably is the highest spec one, which is a 4 gig RAM, Intel Core 2 Duo, 2 GHz processor, and 320 gig hard drive, I think, is in this one. What is the highest spec? Number 5, what is the highest spec system you've ever used? This one. Number 6, which piece of software do you run that is most system hungry, i.e. Photoshop, Dreamweaver, Final Cut? This is I'm not a big software user. I mean, like, in terms of using really powerful software, but it's probably gonna be Photoshop for me. Number 7, software you use for photo editing, iPhoto and Photoshop. Software. Number 8, software you use for movie editing, iMovie 8 or iMovie HD. They're really the only ones, and I can't use all the big ones. Number 9, what is your current web browser? I always use Safari, but I've got Firefox in my dock as well. Number 10, is your current browser the best you've ever used? If not, which is? Yes, Safari is the best I've ever used. Number 11, which do you prefer, Mac OS 10, Windows, Linux, Unix, BIOS, or any other? Mac OS 10. Number 12, if you've used Windows before, which has been your favourite version? For me, I've used all the Windows systems going back to 3.1, so for me it would be a toss-up between Windows 95 and Windows 2000. And I say that because Windows 95, I used that when I was kind of like learning computers, just getting into them, when the only reason I bought it was for stupid things like play solitaire. But and I never had any problems with Windows 95, not the same type of problems that I had with XP and Windows 98. I never had Millennium Edition. And 2000, I used that a lot when I was working. So, and it was okay. Number 13, have you used Macs? If you've used Macs before, which has been the best version you've used? Well, I've only used OS 9, Tiger, and Leopard, so out of them all, Leopard has been the best for me. 14, do you have any tech-related qualifications? Yes, I've got an MCSE 2000, which is a Microsoft Certified Systems Engineer, and I have an HNC in Computer Programming, which was a 2-year course, and it's just a diploma really. 15, out of all the technology revolutionaries, who do you most think inspires you? And I've given examples there: Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Paul Allen, etc, etc. For me, it's been Steve Wozniak. I've read a lot about him, and I think his ethics, not just about computers, but his ethics in life in general, is amazing. 16, if you could have any gadget in the world not yet invented to help you, what would it be and do for you? I'll come back to that one. 17, which search engine do you use? Yahoo. 18, What is your favourite Apple product of all time? For me, it's got to be the iPod. I've been in and out of hospital so many times, it's unbelievable. And that little iPod has helped me. Well, not this one in specific, but iPods in general have been fantastic for me. Number 19. Have you ever tried a Linux distribution? Yes, I have. I've tried SUSE 8, SUSE 9, and Ubuntu. Number 20. Can you program, and if so, what languages? Well, I wouldn't say I can program any longer, but obviously I've done a course on it, and I used to be able to do a little bit of it, but it's been nearly 9 years now since I've done that course, I think, so I would probably say no now. 21. Have you ever developed your own web page for another person? I've made a web page in iWeb, but I've never developed it like from scratch using HTML, so no. 22. Which Office suite do you use? I use Microsoft Office, but I've also got Neo, I think it's called, you know, the one that you can download for free for the Macs. And I think that's alright for what I use it for. Bear in mind, guys, I'm not a power user, I'm not like a real big power user, although I would like to be. I'd like to have a Mac Pro. Do you own an iPhone or iPod Touch? iPod Touch. Do you know what? I don't phone that many people. I don't use my mobile phone that much. I've got a landline and I use that, so it would be a waste of contract for me. But apparently the iPhones are coming out in pay-as-you-go here in the UK, so if that ever happened, I would get one. Number 25. If you answer yes to the above, what is your favourite app for the iPhone or iPod Touch? My favourite app is VNC, which is kind of like it's kind of like screen sharing from the iPod Touch to your iMac. You should check it out on the app store. It's really good. 26. Do you hold stocks with a technology company? If yes, no personal details. No, I don't. 27. What do you see for the future of technology? Well, I don't know. I'll come back to. I mean, that's such a vast question. I maybe shouldn't have put that one in there because that could take a long time. 28. Do you have a network running in your home? Yes, I do. It's running via my Apple Airport base station. Extreme, I think it's called. 29. Favorite computer related movie. This is going to be quite sad, but it's either Hackers or Pirates of Silicon Valley. Probably Pirates of Silicon Valley. What is your opinion of the Apple logo? I think the Apple logo is amazing. I love it. And actually I'm going to make a video on the Apple logo. Adrian DRB UK made one, but not mine. Isn't going to be like the history of the logo. Mine's going to be the psychological effects of the logo, or what I think they are in any case, and I'll make a video on that. What's your opinion of the Windows logo? Simple. 32. Do you own a tech toolkit for computers? Yes, I do. 33. Which games console do you prefer? I don't have any. 34. How long have you been using computers for? About 11 years. 35. Do you have external storage backing up your work? Yes, I do. I've got a lot of external hard drives. 36. Is your network wireless or hard line? Mine's wireless. 37. Do you use your computer for your main source of income? No. By the way, guys, no personal details when you're answering that one. 38. Would you class yourself as a geek? Yep. 39. Would you class your computer usage as an obsession? I never used to, but now that I'm making videos on YouTube for the past month and a bit, yeah, I would do. 40. Have you watched Pirates of Silicon Valley, and if so, what do you think? I thought it was a great movie. Fantastic. Right, guys, that's me up to 9 minutes. I think that's my limit now. So, thanks very much for listening to this tech survey. By all means, please make a video response or whatever in the links up there on the little tech thing. I'll put all these questions, I'll copy and paste them into the thing, and by all means you can read off those questions and make your own video response, and that would be great. I'd love to hear from you. Like I say, I've already sent this out to people who I talk to quite a lot and would like to hear their responses from as well, so speak to these all later, and yeah, have a nice day.